Hey everyone, we're here with Athena. Athena has Thrashers and Destroyers with the Leo. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do the metal grind with the Leo, so I
There we
cover
go.
all the local
Yeah.
metal stuff for the Leo.
Okay. She's also got a new store opening up October 30th. It's called Amplified. Amplified is going to be focused on local, like, I'm going to not local, but independent artists, right? Like independent labels, unsigned
hmm
bands, that kind of shit. Is your focus going to primarily be around vinyl, or do you want to have all formats?
Well, actually, yes, it is going to be all indie label, underground, independent, a lot of local stuff. Support all the local boys, of course, boys and girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, vinyl, of course. Vinyl has made a huge comeback. So
Yeah.
more and more bands, especially nowadays, are putting their stuff on vinyl, and it sounds so fantastic on vinyl. So
Fuck yeah, it does.
yeah, I'm going to have a fantastic vinyl collection in here for sale, and then you can see as behind me, I also have CDs and cassettes that are going to be in stock as well. So for whatever format you like to collect your music on, you can't download shit here, but that's
Right.
not the point of a record store.
Right.
You can do that at home.
Now come in and
So
find yourself a cool fucking cover and buy you a band album from a band that you've never heard of, so you
mhm.
can, if nothing else, support some of these artists that are out there doing stuff. Right.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, I've got really cool like merchandise from all these bands too, like hats and beanies. And I've got heavy metal books. I've got hot sauce. I mean, anything for the fans. So,
Anything for
um,
almost anything for the fans.
yes,
Like,
almost
we're
anything.
not
But
selling ass here.
no, I don't sell ass. No, I have to go down the street for that.
Not too far though. It's
But
only like a block away. Like
yeah, you find everything over here in Portland.
for sure.
But not only am I doing it aside for the fans though, where we have all the t-shirts and again like anything koozies and patches and stickers and I mean all the stuff that the bands. It's basically a glorified merch table.
Yes.
So
Look
it's
at
like
that
the merch
glorified merch
table,
table. Who
glorified
doesn't
merch
love
table.
spending money at the fucking merch table, right?
That's right.
I'm
And so
so guilty of that shit.
oh man, I mean that's where we go. That I'm always like before the show even starts, I'm like, let's go look at the merch.
Yeah.
What do they got?
Yeah. What can
So
we get? Yeah.
and so that's going to be part of what I do here too. Is when the bands come through, since we are attached to Portal, I am attached to Portal. So literally right behind me is the stage. Attached to this wall is a stage. To my left is the green room. So the bands are my neighbors. So how cool is that? And so the thing that I really want to try to make happen here is that when the bands come to play, number one, I get those awesome interviews with them,
Yeah.
right? For Thrashers and Destroyers. And then number two, I'm going to hit up their merch tables and talk some business with these guys. And hopefully, once they leave here and they go to the next city, I have some of their merch here. So if you missed that show, you can come down and still pick up an album. You can get a t-shirt. Like, fuck, I missed the show, but guess what? I can go down to Amplified and get that stuff because Athena probably picked some up from the
Right.
band.
That's the goal for
So
sure. Well,
yeah.
and that's so you're not only going to have merch from the band, you're also going to have the side where touring bands might need, strings or sticks or cables or whatever, which is super fucking cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So I have for the fans and for the bands. And so, yeah, again, since we are attached to a venue, I thought maybe having things available for the bands that they need while they're touring, strings, sticks, picks, straps, I mean, drum heads, drum keys, all that kind of stuff. We're going to have readily available for the bands. So if they get in a pinch and something breaks, I'm going to have the cable for them, or I'm going to have something they need to repair. I even have drum repair kits and a guitar repair kits and anything like that. So I'm trying to be prepared for these guys when they come through, these
Hell
guys and
yeah.
gals when they come through,
Yeah.
so.
Which is I think
Yeah.
that's, it's so fantastic because how many times do touring bands like, oh shit, I need whatever item,
Mm-hmm.
name generic touring band item here.
Yeah.
And then you have access to that, especially being, right here attached to Portal, which, Andy and Brad are doing fucking great things with Portal.
Man, so many great things. I have such cool neighbors, man. The chick next to me does shibari. There's a tattoo studio in here with Shane. There's 2 recording studios.
Yeah.
2 recording studios in here. There's a metal fabrication plant with rocker built. I mean, there's a costume shop in here. There's
the
beauty
bookstore.
salon. There's a bookstore.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm not the only cool thing in here. Like
Yeah.
and then we're in an art gallery too.
Yeah.
So
which is super cool. Like
you look out my windows and there's all this cool fucking art. And right now we've got the Blood Bath and Beyond art show going on that goes until the 31st.
Killer fucking pieces out.
Yeah. Oh man, it's cool. I just look out my windows, except this weird butthole thing out here I have to stare at. Like,
but, like, but the weird butthole, you could put your face in the
butthole. I know. And I was like, but I just keep staring at it through my window. Like, oh my God. Yes. Like, you know. But it's cool, you know, you got all these cool things. You got an art space, you got music, and I think this is just the perfect spot to open this record store. And I think it's going to be amazing because it's for community driven. We also are doing consignment with local artist Russell Jackson, who is a badass and does all this amazing artwork of on vinyl records. And that's his cool little niche thing is he paints on vinyl records and he paints all these awesome things on vinyl records. So like, you know, plugging him but that's the thing is this store is going to be a community effort for the bands and the fans and the artists and everybody else, because what a cool space to share with all these other people.
For sure.
You know,
I mean, it's, you know, and what a cool thing that you're doing though, right? Really trying to put an emphasis on more of the independent artists, because there are so many artists out there that, well, I mean, right, we're older. We're not like in our 20s anymore, unfortunately. We sure think we are sometimes.
I don't feel like it. I'm
no,
still recovering from Obituary.
That was a killer show.
I got pummeled. Some jackass jumped off the stage right on top of me and fucked me up, man. I had a black eye, and this whole side of my leg was wrecked. Like jumped right on top of me, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't get that, but I don't want to break a hip, so I like stay away from the stage, you know. But you know, being older, I don't even know where the hell I was going with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I diverted from that.
It's all right. Whatever. On to the next thing. Yeah. So, who are some of like your favorite independent artists to listen to currently?
Oh my God. Well, Mutilatred is one of them. These guys just are so heavy. They are so heavy. Flesher is another one of my favorites. Grave Ripper, Blasted Heath, Yatuma. Oh my God. I absolutely love Yatuma. Yeah. I mean, there's so many. I just, like we were talking about, I just discovered Pond Digger at that show in Lexington with Crop and you know, that
Crop, Blessed Black, Fairy Ring,
and Fairy Ring. Oh my God! So I'm also carrying all of their stuff. I'm gonna have all 4 of those bands in the store for sale and everything. Yeah. But that's the other cool thing is, you know, like this is also opening my eyes to other bands that I didn't know about.
Right.
But yeah, no, these are some of my favorite. And like, of course, I'm big into death metal and everything, so I'm gonna go more with the Fleshers and the Mutilatreds and things like that. Like, but I also love me, you know, some thrash with like Grave Ripper and stuff. But on the other end of things, like with the doom side of things, man, you can't go wrong with Local Boy She.
Right.
They are just one of my favorite doom stoner bands, you know, for sure. And then Fairy Ring just always blows me away. They got that psychedelic, heavy, doomy, Black Sabbath-y thing going on, and
well, the way that
amazing.
Braun described them, I think, kind of hits the nail on the head. They're this strange mix of like indie rock and like stoner doom, you know, and they ride that line so fucking well, in their live shows are so fucking entertaining, dude.
Oh, they're so fun. They're so fun. And I just love the energy they always put off when they play.
Yeah, like that whole night was stacked from end to end. Like Pond Digger, you know, like we were talking, brand new to me also that night. Mm-hmm. They crushed.
They really did.
You know, and then Blessed Black. I love Blessed Black. They probably, for me, they rank up as like one of my favorites. Like there's not a day that goes by that I don't listen to some Blessed Black.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. They're fucking, and then of course, you know, who doesn't love Crop?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Braun and all them are just amazing people on top of it, you know, just really humble, good dudes. And I was kind of joking, about Legalize Lex because this past Friday was basically like a mini Legalize Lex show,
It was, yeah.
and I would love to see Pond Digger at the next one, and then were you at Metal Monday when Murloc played?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but Murloc's another stoner doom band that I've been really getting into. They're awesome, man. And I'm going to talk to Braun and see if he can bring them on for Legalize Lex next year.
Hell yeah.
I think they'd be a great addition for that and stuff too. So,
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have
yeah.
a pretty sick lineup for Legalize Lex next year, which I think is happening April 18th next year.
Yeah, because 420 doesn't land on the weekend
Right.
again. So,
Yeah,
gotta kind of manipulate that.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
It's a pre 420, 420.
It's a pre 420 party.
For all of you people who smoke, I am not that dude.
I do.
I don't even drink anymore.
Oh wow!
I quit drinking. I don't drink caffeine. Like,
oh wow!
Yeah.
All right.
Stupid. Yeah.
Hey, it's whatever makes you happy in life, man.
Yeah.
To each their own. Everybody's got their thing.
That's the fucking truth. Yeah.
I like to get really stoned.
So, who are some of your favorite, like, I'm going to say local, like, super heavy, like, death metal acts?
Well, man, if Redivider could really get their shit together, they're literally one of the best death metal bands around here.
Dude.
They are heavy. They are awesome.
Yeah.
And they got some sick riffage like a motherfucker. They just need to get their shit together and put out an album.
They're working on it.
I know. That's what Jake and Jacob and Paul and everybody have been telling me every time I bring it up. But I'm like, come on, you guys. It's been like 2 years. Like,
well, it's in mastering right now.
I know, but so it was in mastering like a month ago when Paul talked to me about it. So I don't.
Like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
So I really love Redivider to get their shit out there for real. Because I mean, it's really good.
They're close though, right? At least it's in mastering. So hopefully that gets.
Yeah, and then you've got like Sadistic Creator and Malignant Vision and these guys that are fucking huge heavy hitters in the death metal scene here in Louisville too. So Malignant Vision I'm a big fan of. They're absolutely incredible. So I mean, and they're all young guys like really coming up in their own and finding that very classic like mix of like a deicide to Cannibal Corpse-ish ratio. Okay. Almost like a thing.
Yeah.
I think you've heard them before, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm not preaching to the choir, you know who I'm talking about. But they're just and every time I see them they get better and better. They're just getting stronger and heavier. They hit harder. I'm really excited to see where they're going.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So. I think our like community right now is so strong. We've got such tremendous talent in our scene, and not even just our scene, but like Lexington, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Evansville. Like there are some fantastic fucking bands going on right now. One of my favorites out of Indy right now is Obscene.
Yeah. They're pretty hard hitting too.
Yeah.
I remember when they played Metal Monday, that place went nuts.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
I could see them going pretty far too.
They just had a new album come out a month ago, I think, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. About a month ago. Yeah. But I mean, out of Indianapolis, my favorite is I'm gonna have to go Flesher.
Yeah.
Because they are sick. It's like Mortician-ish,
And they are doing a lot also right now.
Yeah, and they're pushing hard. And then you got people like Sean from Wise Blood. I mean, Sean, I wanted to give you a shout out for sure because, man, without him, he's really pushing the metal underground. His label's all metal, and I'm going to be carrying a lot of Wise Blood stuff here. I mean, so he's doing a lot of push for Indianapolis too, like getting a lot of these bands out there thanks to Sean too, which is really awesome. I think Obscene is going to be on his label at some point.
Hell yeah.
I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard.
I've heard
rumors. I've heard rumors. But yeah, no. So I'm excited about what's coming out of Indy for sure too. And Cincinnati, man, they've got a lot of good stuff coming from the East Coast is actually starting to really get amped up with a lot of good underground metal.
Well, I think like across the board, it's not even like a coastal thing. Like across the board, there are just so many tremendous bands coming up that are doing things, that like we were talking about Primal Code, like I was listening to whatever they last released, and it is so fucking heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Their new album, I listened to first thing this morning, and I'm like, oh shit, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Then of course, Living Gate with dude from what, Aaron, I think, from Yob, and then someone from Amenra, and Wise Good, or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check them out. When you were telling me about
yeah,
that, sounds good. So
I'm so excited about
yeah.
all the music that's going on. Especially locally, because we have all those bands you mentioned are fucking fantastic. And I would just like to see more people at shows to support these people who
Yes.
are like putting their heart and soul out there and maybe shitting their pants a little bit on stage sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and and the other thing about Louisville, and even though it's hardcore is not really a big thing for me, I appreciate it because it lends itself to metal, of course,
Yeah.
So I do appreciate hardcore and what it gives to our scene, for sure. But especially here at Portal, the hardcore scene is getting huge,
Yeah.
massive here in Louisville, like crazy big. So there's a lot of, if you're into hardcore, man, definitely keep your eyes peeled for shows here at Portal. They're doing a lot of hardcore shows
Yeah.
here. Indianapolis is another place that's got a lot of great bands. I mean, they've got, well, I have to plug my fellow's band here. He's in King of the Monsters, KOTM, up in Indianapolis. So check them out if you're into hardcore. Definitely check out KOTM. But and I mean locally, you've got the Hell You Say, and you've got like
Stonecutters. Obviously
they're not hardcore.
No, but they're on the. They kind of mix in some hardcore there.
They do have some hardcore tendencies, but they're still. I feel like they're more rock
sludge.
and thrash, like thrash rock or ish.
I think they're really in the sludge vein, but they
have sludge moments too.
They've got a little bit of everything in there. Brian, of course, doing the thing with Stonecutters,
and he sounds like John Tardy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. What about have you heard Surfaced?
Yeah, I like Surfaced actually.
Yeah.
They've got the hardcore tendencies, but they still have a lot of heavy hitting, like more heavy metal moments. I
don't think so. I think they're more hardcore, but that's what do I know?
I what do I know either? I hear more metal tendencies in them. I do. There's a lot of hardcore tendencies there, obviously, but no. To me, they have a little more of a heavier sound when it comes to like hardcore.
Okay. I
which
can totally see that.
Yeah, which so does KOTM. They've got more of a heavier sound too than just like your typical like hardcore breakdown, moments and stuff like so. But I mean, so if you're into hardcore, check all that out too, and especially watch Portal's lineup because they get a lot of hardcore shows here.
Portal does a lot of just really good across the board shows. So like whatever kind of music you're into, be sure to check them out. Like Andy and Brad are doing fucking great things. Obviously, the venue with Rocker Built, with this space over here, the Art Portal space with this amazing art that is always on display. Changes when they do different shows, they change it.
This one's hanging up until October 31st, and then they're putting up a new one.
Right on.
Yeah.
All the things that are going on here, I think everyone would enjoy. Support it. If you're not here locally, support something local to you, whatever that means.
Support your local record stores always.
For sure.
The little independent guys.
The brick and mortar, because that's where your money will matter the most.
Yeah.
And if you guys got some bands for Athena or myself, send them in. Like both of us we'll check them out. We'll definitely give it a listen and, maybe get you on one or both of our shows. We're always up for good music. Athena.
And I will carry your shit in my store.
Look, maybe not your shit literally, but your merch. And if your merch is shit, then maybe shit. I guess we'll have to see. Athena, thanks for your time. I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. No, thank you for having me. For sure.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate it.